Good morning, friends. It's Henry from Mowers and Blowers. Welcome to another episode. We're working on a push mower for a change. Stepping away from lawn tractors for just an episode or two. This, as you know, is a Honda HHR 216 Harmony, something like that. I got it for free! Free! That's right, free. From my friend Robert from Holbrook. From Motherlode 46, where I got 3 Honda mowers, kind of like this, and a crazy rototiller. I probably won't get to the rototiller until I get desperate for content, like next year. Anyway, you may not be able to tell right now, but this is in new condition. It's just been sitting in my shed for a month. The problem with this is, when we first got it, it does start with gas in it, except it doesn't continuously run. After a little bit of gas, it stops and stalls, which means it's probably not getting gas or not getting enough gas. And the carburetor is probably dirty. Also, the recoil starter sometimes gets hung up, so I need to oil it or probably coil it one more rotation because it's kind of loose when you pull it out. And the third problem is the rear wheels don't go backwards. You can push it forward, no problem, but when you pull it back, it's locked. Hondas are infamous for this problem because the hub, it seizes to the wheel. So that hub will click forward from the self-propulsion, but when you want to pull it back, the lock prevents it from going backwards, which means that the hub on the axle is seized to the plastic wheel. Sometimes you gotta take it apart, oil it, grease it, put it back and it'll work. It's kind of a lot of work too. And since this has been sitting outside for about a month, gas level is full. I don't remember filling it up. Maybe it's water. Anyway, first thing we're gonna do, clean the carburetor. See, it wants to start and it's not popping, so it's probably gas. Alright, you saw what I did in time lapse. Took the carburetor off. You gotta be very careful because it's all a sandwich. Base, gasket, carburetor, another gasket, plastic spacer assembly, maybe another gasket. Anyway, you gotta all put it together and then run the 2 bolts through there with this on it to get it on. It's very complicated. This auto choke feature has that thermal wax thingamajig that when it heats up, it pushes out, opens the choke flap. That's the kind. Anyway, the carburetor really wasn't all very dirty, but it didn't seem to be getting any gas. So I just sprayed some carb spray all around the holes and stuff. I mean, really wasn't that dirty, but we'll give it a try. It's not leaking. Gas is now flowing. Man, it runs great. So smooth. And looks like this recoil starter thing has repaired itself, you know. This is very powerful. You can adjust the positioning too, but it seems to be just fine to me. That's great. quick rinse of the carburetor. Runs great. I'm going to take the rear wheels off and see why it binds and won't go backwards. $12mm to get this off. One long bolt. Don't forget the crush washer that goes in there. Man, oh man. So to put it on, you'd have to put this bolt through first, put on the 2 crush washers, and then put it on. So the gearing, turning it, goes forward, even though you're turning it backwards, but it's forwards because it turns that. But then it won't go forward. It's greased really well. In here is greased really well and moves freely. It's this that won't let it go forward. I'm going to remove the other side and see if it's the same thing. So I think the problem is with the gears. I'm going to remove the snap pin, remove the gear, and see why it doesn't go backwards. So it wasn't as easy as just greasing the hub. I had to take apart all the snap pins, snap rings, the gears, crush washers, and then I had to take apart the washer as well as another snap ring right here to loosen this part from this part, and then this height adjuster was seized onto this shaft. See, be careful not to lose the spring inside here, along with a half moon crescent keyway. If you lose that, your self-propulsion's not going to work, your wheels are not going to spin at all. So you have to loosen all this, and if you just look at the shaft here, the height adjuster almost didn't even come off because there's so much rust buildup on the shaft. And so instead of removing the entire gearbox, right, which you don't have to, I'm just gonna smoothen out this rod right here, this shaft. See how it's all filled with rust? Just smooth that all out. Get sandpaper, whatever, cut it into strips, go back and forth with it. Start with heavy grit, then to very fine grit, and just polish that up so it's nice and smooth. Also get another like bristle brush rotation thing and just like zip that part in there if it's all rusted in there too. And do that with the other side. I know that this is probably going to be hydro-locked because I have flipped it on both sides. You're only supposed to flip it on the dipstick side.
Cletus, you know what you are? You're a dipstick, a 14-karat dipstick.
But if you flip it on the other side, oil may get into the carburetor. It's just the way it is, but you can't avoid it. To get your snap rings off, you have to be able to get access to it. So it's a pain, but I think we're gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna get a drill with a wire brush on it and just go around there and try to clean that up. Take a look at it now, and then after I'm done, So that was fun, kinda. I have one of these bristle brushes, right? I cut one of them off and stuck it into the drill and was able to clean the inside of that. This is the height adjuster lever. And now I've cleaned this shaft.
We're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
As I did that one. And now I'm gonna put all this shit back together again. I sure remember what snap rings and keyways and stuff go where. I'll figure it out. It wasn't too bad, but that's what you gotta do. Alright, looks like I fixed it. Here we go, pulling it backwards. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked, but I'm very proficient now into taking it off. There's spacers, washers, 2 snap rings on each side, the gear, the keyway. There's lots of stuff in there. I had to take it off a couple of times because I had forgotten to put a snap ring in there. And you had to compress the body just perfectly so that both snap ring detents would fit. That's why I had to clamp it to push it down. So, pretty complicated. You could easily lose something. So make sure you, when you take it off, take pictures, man. And I didn't. So I spent extra time taking it off, putting it back on several times. But now I really know how to do it well. So we had it on its left side. I'm worried about hydrolocking and smoking. Let's just see. Maybe Hondas are different. Maybe they're made so well that it won't hydrolock. Why did it stall? It's a Honda. Oh, I know why. Duh! I turned off the fuel so it wouldn't leak all over. Brains. Yep, much better. So there you go, guys, another change of pace. We went from weeks worth of tractors to now a push mower, but this is a Honda. It needed a carburetor clean, not a bad one. And the biggest deal was removing the wheels, loosening the transmission so that you can push the shaft this way to clean that shaft, push it that way so you have room to clean the other shaft, grease it all, put everything back, and now it rolls backwards like it's supposed to. This is a common problem with the Honda Harmony 216s, but nevertheless, this mower brand new was like $5.99? Anyway, it's in excellent condition. Everything works great. Adjusted the RPMs just a bit. The self-propulsion's very strong. We'll list this for $325. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to make you small engine content like this one. Have a great day. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys and gals, I'm JB from Garage Gear, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.
On Mowers and Blowers.